Hey guys, let's get more news from Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Miami Heat consider PJ Tucker reunion ahead of NBA trade deadline. The Miami Heat find themselves in the midst of discussions about potential roster adjustments. Currently holding the number 8 seed in the Eastern Conference, the Heat are exploring options to bolster their competitiveness against formidable teams like the Boston Celtics, Milwaukee Bucks, Cleveland Cavaliers, and New York Knicks. One name that has emerged in trade talks is veteran forward PJ Tucker, who has expressed a desire to be traded. ESPN's Om Youngmisuk discussed the possibility of a reunion between the Heat and Tucker on the Brian Windhorst and the Hoop Collective podcast. "I'm not saying they're gonna make a massive move, but they did just get Ivica Zubac back against Miami," Youngmisuk stated. "And so now they have 3 bigs. And of course, they do have PJ Tucker who wants to be traded, has made no secret about that. He even told me that just last week in Toronto. I think his words were actively looking to get traded." The speculation gained momentum when Tucker posted an Instagram story documenting his visit to Miami Beach with the caption, "Home Sweet Home." The Los Angeles Clippers big man has faced challenges in securing playing time since departing from the Heat after the 2022 season. Veteran PJ Tucker is unhappy with his current role with the Los Angeles Clippers, and the situation is drawing attention from other NBA teams. The information is from Shams Charania, from the Athletic portal. The 38-year-old athlete was traded to the franchise in November, already during the 2023-24 season. With guaranteed minutes at the beginning of his stint, the winger lost his place in the rotation in recent games. According to the journalist, the veteran expressed his current frustration with the team. "Both sides are trying to find a solution, whether it's for him to get regular minutes again or even be traded to another team that offers him a bigger role." The insider also makes it clear that Tucker has not caused problems for the team internally and, in fact, has contributed to the development of younger players. He is, above all, a professional. Even with the dissatisfaction, he is helping Kobe Brown and other younger or smaller athletes. But it's not a natural role for him, who has been a solid minutes player over the past 12 years. Therefore, they discuss to understand what the best solution will be for both sides, he explained. Finally, the journalist mentions that PJ Tucker's problems at the Clippers could attract the attention of other NBA teams. The veteran still has a market in the league. Several competing teams are monitoring his situation in Los Angeles. He has played an important role in several title contenders in recent years. So, there is a market for it, he concluded. Jimmy Butler shooting higher percentage than Stephen Curry from three-point range. Miami Heat star Jimmy Butler is a thrilling player to watch, but he has never been known for his ability to knock down three-pointers. That aspect of his game is better than ever before. So much so that Butler is shooting a higher percentage from three-point range than arguably the greatest shooter of all time, Stephen Curry. The Heat forward is shooting 44.2% from the arc, while the Golden State Warriors superstar is shooting 41.1%. However, Butler is averaging 2.2 attempts to Curry's 11.8 attempts. Although the stat is flawed due to the difference in attempts, it speaks volumes about Butler's improvements. 44.2% is a career high for the 6-time All-Star, who is known for his ability to create inside. The threat of knocking down three-pointers further elevates his offensive game. Meanwhile, Curry continues to prove why he is the greatest shooter in NBA history. The Warriors star has shot more than 40% from three-point range in 13 of 15 seasons. Butler is enjoying the newfound talent, poking fun at his teammate Duncan Robinson earlier in the regular season. "I mean, Duncan Robinson, a hooper. I think they skip over a lot of his skill set and they only focus on his three-point shooting ability, and he's actually not the best three-point shooter on our team as we're speaking right this second," Butler said while smiling. "But, he's been hooping, putting the ball on the floor, throwing lobs, finishing at the rim, obviously making threes, getting to the free throw line." Anthony Pasiala works as a contributing writer to Inside the Heat. NBA Insider suggests a blockbuster three-team trade where Miami Heat land Kyrie Irving. The 2023-24 campaign hasn't quite gone to plan so far for the Miami Heat. A disappointing 103-95 loss to the Los Angeles Clippers on Sunday night dropped the reigning Eastern Conference champions to 26-24 on the season. The Heat have already made one significant trade in an attempt to get themselves on the right track by acquiring Terry Rozier, but it seems as if the team needs some firepower. They could get that from Kyrie Irving, and The Athletic has shared a mock trade that would see Miami land the star guard. After failing in their pursuit of Damian Lillard in the offseason, the Heat would get their star point guard with this move. The Dallas Mavericks, meanwhile, would get two good pieces in Tyler Herro and PJ Washington. Lastly, for the Charlotte Hornets, this trade would get them two talented young players, and Grant Williams, whom they can potentially ship out of town in another trade. A big reason why the Heat have been so mediocre this season is their offense. Miami has an offensive rating of 112.8, which ranks 23rd in the NBA. Irving, who is averaging 25.1 points, 5.1 rebounds, 5.4 assists, 1.4 steals, and 0.5 blocks per game, should certainly help matters on that end. It is still early doors, but Rozier hasn't quite had that impact on the offensive end that the Heat would have wanted. He has struggled with his shot, but that shouldn't be a problem with Irving. Kyrie's presence would also be huge in the playoffs. We saw Jimmy Butler run out of steam by the time the Heat got to the NBA Finals last season. Irving would lessen the load on Butler, and might just be the piece the Heat need to get over the line, after losing in the finals last year and in 2020. On the surface, this might not seem like the greatest of trades for the Mavericks, as they are giving up a bona fide star. The issue with Irving, though, is that he is starting to miss a fair bit of time due to injury. The 8-time All-Star has only managed to play in 28 games this season, and he is not going to get healthier as he gets older. Herro might also be a better fit next to Luka Doncic. He is a bigger guard at 6 feet 5 inches, and is more well-suited to playing off the ball than Irving. Herro has also put up solid averages of 21.0 points, 5.4 rebounds, 4.3 assists, and 1.0 steals per game this season. In Washington, meanwhile, the Mavericks get a versatile forward who can even slot in at center if required. He can guard multiple positions and is a solid contributor on offense as well, having averaged 13.8 points, 5.3 rebounds, 2.2 assists, 0.9 steals, and 0.7 blocks per game this season. And you fan, what do you think of the Kyrie Irving situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.